Okay, so this would be acromial, and this would be sternal. So flat and round. Okay, now we'll go on to the scapula. Okay, so for the scapula, we have our acromium, which is going to be, it's going to be the triangular shaped portion distal to the spine. Okay, so then we have the auxiliary border, which is going to be also aka lateral border, which is going to be this. Then we have our coronoid process, which is this finger-like projection right here. Then we have our glencoid cavity, which is there. Then we have our inferior angle, which will be down here. We have our infraspinous fossa, which is down here, so below the spine. We have our lateral angle, which is going to be here, connected to the glencoid cavity. And then we have our spine, which is this long projection. We have our subscapular fossa, which is going to be anterior fossa right here. We have our superior angle, which is going to be this angle here. We have our superior border, which will be here. We have our supraspinous fossa, which is here. And then we have our vertebral border, which is going to be this.
Or the medial.
Or the medial. What, did we get that?
That's the notch.
That's the notch. Okay, that is the suprascapular notch.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to move on to the humerus. Wait. Humerus. Here we go. Hourglass. Where did that thing go? Here we go. Okay, humerus. I'm not as good at this one. Okay, the anatomical neck. So that's going to be the proximal view, I believe, right? Or both. So that's this, right?
Yes.
So that's the neck. So then we have the capitulum. The capitulum, which is this round part attached to the trunk layer. So then we have the coronoid fossa, which is the big fossa. No, the coronoid fossa is here.
Right.
Then we have our deltoid tuberosity, which was this angular section here. Then we have our greater tubercle, which is, okay, so the greater tubercle is here. And then the lesser tubercle is here. This is the head. So greater tubercle, lesser tubercle, head. Then we have our intertubercle scalicus, which is this V-shaped valley type of indent here. Then we have our lateral epicondyle. So, oh gosh, which one is that? The lateral epicondyle is going to be here. It looks, yeah. Lateral epicondyle.
Wait, that's the anterior view, so lateral would be...
oh, okay, so lateral would be here, right? Right?
If this is a posterior view, so lateral would be... Okay, so if we... Okay, here, let's look at from it. Okay, sorry. So...
Lateral, because...
Epicondyle, right? Okay.
Okay, so it would be this.
Yeah, so if... Yeah,
right?
that's what it is.
So it's lateral epicondyle is here, I believe. Right? Oh, no, that's medial.
The medial.
So this is medial epicondyle.
Yeah.
This would be the lateral epicondyle.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Okay. Lesser tubercle, we did that one, which was this little guy here. And then we have our medial epicondyle. We did that. That was here.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have our ocrinon fossa, which is the big fossa back here. Then we have our radial fossa, which she is covering, I guess. So it's here.
Right.
Then we have our surgical neck, which is going to be just around here. And our trunclia, which is our hourglass-shaped piece connected to the capitulum. Okay. So that's that. Now we have our ulna. So our ulna has our coronoid process, which is going to be this here. And then it has our head, which is actually going to be distal, so it's down here. And then we have our olecranon, which is this piece here. We have our radial notch. The radial notch is down, I think it's down here. The radial notch, oh no, it's up. Radial notch is here.
Okay, yeah, that's
Forgot about that. So that's the radial notch. Okay, then we have our styloid process, which is going to be this pointy thing down here. And then we have our trochlear notch, which is this big notch there. Right. So now we are moving on to our radius, which is this. So the head of our radius is this round part. And then we have the radial tuberosity, which I believe, let me see here, okay, so that's, this is the radial tuberosity. And we have our styloid process, which is right here, this long projection. Then we have our trochlear notch, which is, where's the trochlear notch? I don't know. Trochlear, do you guys remember that one? Trochlear,
okay. Yeah, so it's
that's that one.
I thought the trochlear notch was in the ulnar.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was wrong.
Oh,
Ulnar notch, I'm sorry. So that's going to be this down here, remember? So the ulnar notch, sorry. Okay, so then we have our carpal bones, which, so this is going to be our trapezium,
right.
our trapezoid here, our hamate, where's that captate? That's captate.
Capitate.
That's hamate. Then this is going to be the pisiform.
Yes.
This is going to be the triquilium.
Triquetrum.
Then we have our, what was this one? This is our lunate and our scaphoid. And then we have our carpals, metacarpals, and our phalanges. We have our distal, medial, and our proximal. The thumb only has the distal and the proximal. Okay, now we're moving on to the, oh, that was the radius? Did I do the radius? I did the radius, right? Or I didn't do the radius.
I thought you did do the radius.
Did I do the radius?
Yeah, you did.
Okay,
You did.
so we did the carpal bones, so now we have the feet, quickly. Okay, so now we have the feet. This is the caclineal.
Yes.
We have the talus, the navicular, the medial, intermediate, and our lateral cuneiform. And then this is the cuboidal.
Yes.
This would be our carpals, our metatarsals, and our tarsals, right?
Yes.
Okay, and same with the thumb. This one does not have a medial. Okay, so now we are moving on to our, did we do this one yet? No. This is the big one here. Okay, okay, so then, where was that? Go back. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have the ilium, which is going to be this part here. This round area goes into the ischium. Okay, so that's the ischium.
Ischium, right.
Or this is the ilium. Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Ilium and iliac.
Ilium up here.
Yes.
Okay, inferior iliac spine. So we did this one. So the anterior inferior iliac spine is here. Then the anterior superior iliac spine is going to be there. Then we have our articular surface, which was, oh yes, articular surface here. We have our luteal surface, which is going to be back here. We have our greater sciatic notch, which is going to be this. And we have our iliac crest, which is going to be, thank you, this. Then we have our iliac fossa, which is going to be, do you remember? Iliac fossa. Okay, yeah, so that's, oh yeah, so opposite of the gluteal. Okay, so then we have our posterior inferior iliac spine, which is here. Then we have our posterior superior iliac spine, which is going to be here. Right?
Actually,
Or
these
no?
are anterior. Posterior are the rough ones. And then anterior are the smoother.
So,
area,
so this
yeah.
would be posterior,
Yes,
these are anterior.
correct.
So anterior, superior, anterior, inferior.
Yes.
Posterior, superior.
Correct.
Posterior, inferior.
Correct.
Whew, okay, so now we're going to move on to the ischium. The ischial spine. So we've decided the ischial spine was here, right? This area. Then we, the ischial tuberosity was this, right? This big, yeah, so this rough, rounded area here. And then our lesser sciatic notch, which was this, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then the pubis, we're moving on to this area here. The body of the pubis was back here. Then we have the inferior ramus, which the inferior, is that what, is it this? Inferior ramus, oh, so it looks like it was
Yeah, that part.
this
right there.
here. Oh yes,
Yes.
okay, so inferior ramus here.
Yeah.
And then we have our superior ramus, which is up here, right?
Yes.
Superior ramus, inferior ramus. Ramus was branch.
Right.
And then we had our symphysis pubis, which would be here, but it's not here.
Yeah.
So it'd be connecting the two. Okay. And then we have the sacrum. Okay, then also true pelvis down, false pelvis up. And then, do we go over the thing, or do we have a few more still? Do you guys remember?
Did we do this?